Hi guys, welcome to another beautiful episode of Bear It All on DFET TV. I know you've missed my face, missed the conversations that we've been having here on Bear It All. Today we're going to be discussing something very sensitive, and I don't know what word to use, but yeah, sensitive should be the word when it comes to relationship, dating, even marriage, so to speak. I have amazing people in the house, people that are going to be sharing their experiences with you. I suggest that you take out time to like DFET TV, share, subscribe, tell your friends about it, because if you don't, they'll be missing premium content. Don't be stingy, tell your friends, share, repost, like turn on your post notifications so as it's dropping hot, they are getting it hot. But we're going on a short break, and when we get back, I'll be unveiling the amazing people I have in the house. Keep it locked, guys. Welcome back, guys. So before we went on the break, I told you that we'll be discussing something that is very sensitive, somewhat emotional. We'll be discussing stuff that really, affects people in relationships today. So I suggest you take out time to really listen about people will be talking from their own experiences and from my own lot of experience. People pay for these things in counseling, so I suggest you keep it glued. We'll be discussing about the abuse, how far is too far, at what point you should detach and all of that, and then the role of external influences in your relationship. So I have two amazing people in the house. I have Buchi and I have the beautiful Ireti again. So they'll be discussing personally stuff that have how it applies to them, and if they have some sort of experiences in the topics, they'll be sharing with us. Start with you, Ireti. When you hear the word "how far is too far" in a relationship, what comes into your mind?
I think over possessiveness. I think that is where I draw the limit. That's where I feel at this point I have to just stand up and start going to my house. I feel when someone is too on your phone, checking your chats, checking who are you talking to, where are you at, what are you doing, and even when I say what I'm doing, be okay, when are you going to be done with what you're doing? I think that is I think the limit for me when it comes to relationships. Yeah.
How about you, Buchi?
I feel like that's literally the same thing for me, because it's actually discomforting. You get, I'll feel caged or choked, yeah. You get, so there's no need you trying to be oh, where are you going to? Oh, I want to know what time you're coming back. Oh, give me your phone. I'm checking my chats is really annoying. Or at some point I had to get used to it. You get, but for me, ordinarily, it's annoying. But I just understood that most ladies do it. So you just have to just leave them and let them do what they want to do.
Okay, so I'm going to draw an inference from what both of you said. You said the whole overprotectiveness and all. Do you believe that the person you're dating, before the person gets to that point of overprotectiveness, do you believe, or you have the school of thought that maybe you would have done something to make that person that way? It's one thing to say that, oh, somebody is going through your deeds and but what if you're being shady?
Well, I would speak personally. I am never shady. That's the last thing I would ever do. I don't think being shady is something that would be in my caliber. But I feel most of the times it's past experiences. And then people always do this thing where they're always comparing their relationships to somebody else's relationship. So maybe if they feel like something is wrong, they'll be oh, maybe because let me say he's friends with my friend, my girlfriends, and he feels that okay, my girlfriends are shady. In his head, he'll be oh, baby girl is going to be shady too, and then he now starts having this, instead of talking to me about it and being okay, this, but then it's just, I feel personal
past experiences.
Exactly. So I'm not shady. I'm a very good person.
Yeah, that's the fact. I think everybody should try to let's say sort out. No, that's not sort out. That's the word I'm looking for. Recover from a breakup.
Exactly.
Before rushing into another relationship, because it can make you have a lot of doubts about this person. Even little things could just be shady to you, and you just start judging the person and be okay, this guy is doing this, now I need to look into his matter, and then you now make the person uncomfortable around you. Do you get? So most times if you don't try to sort out or recover fully from a relationship, it can make you chase someone else out, chase someone else away.
Okay. So I'm going to cite an example before I ask a question. So you see there's this thing that has been trending online, and it happens really. You know how your friends have some sort of like influence in who you date?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how they say, oh, don't let your friends, you date someone and then the person doesn't want your friends, in the picture too much, because there's this feeling of, oh, your friends are going to like, affect our relationship. Then you date somebody that does not allow you to meet up with your friends, and then it's like, oh, the person is trying to,
take
break
you
the
away.
barrier, take you away from your friends, probably to hurt you or something. So how do you strike the balance? How do you involve your friends in your relationship and not over-involve them? Do you get the point?
Yeah.
So basically, it's like I want my friends to know what's happening in my relationship, just so that they look out for me and all of that. But at what point do I draw the line so my friends do not begin to over-interfere in things in my relationship with you?
Yeah, I think I'm this kind of person that I like being around my friends. So like if I'm going to date someone, you have to know my friends, you get, and then get along with them. You guys, like I just like it being some sort of a family kind of a thing. Yeah, so, but I just think that relationships are more. I don't think that friends should have a say in a relationship.
But then what if they are seeing something that you're not seeing?
Yes, that is true. I didn't say they should not tell me their opinion. They will tell me their opinion, and I have to consider it. So it doesn't have to be like, okay, this girl is bad for you, guy. Don't date her, and I'll be like, okay, she's bad for me. I break up with her, something like that. I just feel like they can say what they feel, or maybe after getting to know her, they can say what they feel, and then I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll consider this thing you're saying, and then I'll look out for it by myself. Do you get? So you just like saying, okay, my girlfriend is. Somebody said my girlfriend. She saw my girlfriend somewhere else with another guy, and I don't know about it. And he will not be like, okay, this girl is cheating on you. I have to like find out for myself for me to believe it. So, friends shouldn't be a definition to a decision in your relationship. That's just how.
Wow, powerful words. I felt that. So I think he has spoken extensively on that aspect. But in the aspect of if my friends should be involved or if my boyfriend should influence how I am with my friends, I'm kind of a person that when I want to date somebody, my friends know. Like I tell them even before I start dating the person, okay, this person I'm eyeing, and all those kind of things. And then fine, give me your inputs, like all of that. But then if I get the same inputs from different people, like different friends on different occasions, I think I would probably accept it and like work with it, because I feel like my friends will always have my best interests at heart. But then if you notice a very bad pattern of your friends always dismissing the guys, and I think that's like a different thing. But then when I now start dating the guy, I don't say I cut my friends off, but they know like probably 30% of my relationship, right? If I have an argument with my boyfriend that I feel like I need someone else's opinion, that is the only time that I say, okay, guy, Alpha, this is what's happening. But then if it's something that I feel like I can handle on myself, there's no need telling my friends what's happening. Like, that's not your business, you get what I'm saying? So I feel if you are overindulging, if you like tell your friends too much, it brings this disrespect, and they start seeing your boyfriend as that guy, that kind of thing. So I just feel like there should just be a balance, like just know how to do it. And then if my boyfriend is someone that doesn't want me to be my friends, I'm sorry, but if after I've explained that these are my pillars in life, and you still want me to just, I don't know, we're gonna have issues.
Okay, so I think I'm going to delve in deeper on this particular friends and relationship talk. I'm going to give a very clear example. So I'm trying to date somebody, and then some of my friends know this person. They know him in a particular light, in a particular way. Oh, he's a loud person, he's a this, he's a that, you get. And I'm getting to know this person as a friend first. And I'm seeing that there's more to this person, basically. But then, my friends are like, no, this person is not good for you. Because then, obviously, they are good, they are right in their own way, because they've seen the other
The
part
side,
of them.
yeah.
Do you understand? But then I'm just like, well, can I just try? Let me just see this like you guys are seeing for yourself. And it gets to a point where I have to choose between pursuing stuff with the guy despite all odds and losing
Your
my friends. Say I'll say okay, I'm gonna make it even more deeper. Say my friend knows this guy very well, and then she has already said, oh, this particular my friend Fortune can never date you because she doesn't do people that are like you. You understand? Yeah. And she's saying this in her right because she knows the kind of person you are. And then I go out with you like once or twice, and I'm like, oh, okay, there's more to this guy than
what they are saying.
But I do know that there are a lot of shady things about this person too. But I want to risk it and try. And then it comes to a point where my friendship with my friend has to suffer. Like there's no way of balancing it. My friend is saying, if you go out with this guy, I'm just gonna keep my distance because I feel like it's a slap on my face and all that. So what would you do?
Okay, so I see it's a very tricky thing, right? Because your friends are like 100% for you every day, any day. And I feel like if you are deciding to take that risk with that guy, and you are saying, okay, sorry, I wanted to use one word. If you are saying, okay, whatever, I would be with this guy, like whatever, and then just see. First of all, you have to accept whatever happens. Because you've already received the warning, you've received the advice and everything. And then one thing with friends is even if they're mad at you, even if they say, I'm not talking to you because of this guy, it's a lie, they'll still be there. You get? They will still be there. I feel like maybe when you have an issue with the guy, they will now come and be like, I told you so. I said so.
What I'm asking is, if it were to be you personally, what side would you tilt to?
Let me not lie. If I really like this guy, my friends will be sorry, but boo. Sorry.
Wow. I don't know. Honestly.
Very tricky.
Let me think about it. I've never really in a situation where.
Yeah, you have to choose. Right, you have to choose, right?
Spontaneous, like on the spot. What are you gonna do?
Okay. If I'm getting to know this person as a friend, say it's a lady. Yeah.
No, you guys are part of the friend. This girl wants you guys to try to date.
Yeah.
And your friends are saying, if you date this person, this relationship is no. Like our friendship is like gone.
Wait, our friendship is gone.
First of all.
Well, she said you keep your distance because I feel like you just slapped me in the face.
First of all, the first thing I'll consider is what's this friend that is saying this adding to my life?
He's a very close friend of yours.
Yeah, if you are a close friend, can have a close friend, but it's not adding anything to your life.
Oh, that's 100%.
So basically,
I
have to.
You have to evaluate the friendship.
Yeah. I have to then evaluate how much value does this person have.
Because of someone that you just met, say,
Friendship in the mud.
If I can have a friend of 5 years, I know that in these 5 years, this guy has helped me.
Being your back.
Yeah.
And then this person is saying, Buchi, this girl is a no.
Yeah.
And then you are going to throw your friendship away?
As far as I know that this guy adding value to my life, or this guy is adding value to my life, and then I know that she always has my best interest at heart. It's possible that I'm being blinded by love.
Oh, yeah.
Or lost or whatever. So I would probably
take a step back?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if in that situation I value, I say, this is your best you get as a BO. And I know that this girl is as I'm getting to know her, I think she's a good person. She has she has a prospect, she has plans. Do you get? It's someone that can in future affect my life positively. The friendship
in the morning.
I want to say something.
You
know what? We're just talking like basics and but I feel like if it's like a spiritual thing, like if it comes to the point of marriage and it's like a very spiritual thing, I feel like if God says, oh yeah, go for the babe or go for the guy, the friend will have to. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like in my head, I'm of this notion that when something good wants to happen to you, I'm not saying they are bad people, but there is always going to be this very, very high opposition to it. So I feel like if you now look at the spiritual aspect and it is God that is leading you to this person and you are very, very sure that it is God, I feel the friends will come around. They will surely come. But if you lose that person, that's all. You are gone. It's done.
Basically, they are more friends.
Yeah.
I think let's delve in even deeper. You know, this thing about friendship and relationship is so broad.
Very.
Like it's so broad. So I'm going to another aspect of it. Say you had like mutual friends, yeah.
Okay.
And I dated a guy, and for some weird reasons, he actually did not work out.
Okay.
And it was very obvious from the onset, even if I did it, or I don't even before or after I dated the guy, that this guy actually has serious deeps for you as my friend.
I'm coming. Wait.
We're all G's. Points that we have like mutual friends, that points that we know ourselves, yeah. And I dated this guy, and obviously everybody knew it was just a waste of our time.
Oh.
Like we tried to make it work, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
And then it's obvious that okay, this guy actually really loves you, my friend.
Okay.
And then you know that if you date this guy, you're gonna break my heart as your friend. What would you do?
Let me laugh. See, I see. I mean, I'm of the notion. Yeah,
Excuse.
No, seriously. I've been in this kind of situation where the guy that I dated my friend, but then she was not really taking him serious. It was just this, cruise kind of thing. But your cruise, you get what I'm saying?
But there was a dating at some point, yeah.
Yeah, there was. But wait, we can't do this on camera. But was there like?
If it didn't work, it didn't work.
Okay, not with that. Yeah, let me try to talk now. Because I've heard of situations
Then
where.
how do you think your friend feels every time you guys? And you know you guys.
No, I feel like if we talk about it and I let you know that okay, this is what's happening before I get into the
What
relationship.
was your friend? I say no.
Sorry, your friend.
You can't tell me no.
You can't. What's that? You guys are wrong.
So you would feel okay if every time you like, you know, when we wanted to hang out, you just flaunt the guy that literally dumped me in my face.
I would not say this kind of thing. Yeah, I don't think I will always have. I won't bring.
Dumping now is the different case.
I won't.
No, the point is that it did not work out. It doesn't matter who dumped you. The point is that, and then it was a painful breakup regardless.
But then.
One person like.
But then you guys know you guys cruise.
Personally, the only thing I can do is like
Not put you guys in the same space.
Yeah, if I know.
So you're saying that for the whole of the time you guys are going to date, you would never be in the same space.
You would be maybe like a very, probably like a birthday or like an anniversary, probably in that setting. But like in everyday going out, why would you do that?
That's why I mentioned that.
I'll give you the privilege of time as my friend.
So like get over it and all.
To heal up.
After 6 months, if you know him, madam, they go your house.
I'll give you time to heal up.
3 months, after
And
3
then,
months.
and then maybe if I'm not, as I'm giving you time, I'm giving you glimpses or clues that this is.
Let it be clue. I will tell you straight. I will tell you as it be.
So what can get from both of you now is that regardless of all your friends,
My dear, move on.
date somebody that your friend that dates.
Yes, so you know if I'm my husband, let's be that. Because you meet him, I mean, let's be that. Next
We're taking a
question.
very short break, and when we get back, we'll be delving into the other parts. Please stay tuned. Do not go nowhere. Welcome back, guys. So before we went on a very short break, you already know what we're discussing. So from all conclusions now, we know that Gucci and Ireti will go ahead and date somebody that dumps their friends, regardless of how their friends feels. Friendship in the mud, guys. Alright, so we're moving into something a bit more sensitive. I don't know if you've been following the trends, you know, recently. There's been a lot of cases of abuse and all of that. But then, you know, we talk about the physical abuse so much because the wounds and the scars and all of that are very obvious. But nobody actually ever talks about, you know, people take emotional and mental abuse little lightly because, it doesn't show. So they feel like, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to start with you, Buchi. Have you ever been in an abusive relationship before? When I'm not just talking about, obviously, you cannot beat your man because you are big like that.
Nothing can move.
I don't know the big man, but I'm just saying, you know, Buchi. Something like abuse in all forms, you know, like physical, emotionally. And I know some people actually think like they unintentionally abuse people, but that is another conversation.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in
No. I can't.
How about you?
I don't determine mine as abuse because no.
You know, have you ever like, okay, I'll give like a personal experience and then we'll just go from there. You know, you date someone and then you constantly have to like, you know, doubt and reevaluate yourself. For every time the person gets upset, whether you're the person that made the person angry or not, somehow you are the receiving end because you're going to, there's going to be all flared up and then, start using curse words.
Oh, I've never
never experienced that. So, that's what I'm saying. People don't talk about these things because they take it like, they feel like, oh, it's only the bruise and the infliction. So, what I want to figure out is basically, how do people not see the signs really? Or is it that they're blinded by so much love?
We have to see the signs before the relationship.
Yeah, before you like, or how do people see the signs, or it happens to them? Are there like possible reasons why people just go through all of this and then want to stick it out to the end?
Okay, first of all, have you heard of the word deceive? Have you heard of deceive? Men, I'm so sorry.
But men are deceived.
People. Okay, let me say people. People are like.
Opinion
okay, yeah, so okay, since I'm a girl, let me just. I don't want to speak badly about, but okay, people are very deceptive. I feel that most men know how to lie.
Yeah.
They would freaking lie to you for a year and you would not know nothing unless probably you just saw something or something. I just feel like most of the time people get into these relationships because they do not know. Like the person is just being holy saint and all. And then now in the relationship, you've now seen the signs and it's happening. The reasons why some people don't talk. I think society, I think what will people say, I think more of, God will change him, I will pray, I feel like there is this notion in our head, especially women, because we are taught to always hold the house. Your husband is always going to be a man. You are the one that is going to do this. That is how Africa, I don't say everybody, but I feel like that's how African and Nigerian women are raised up and everything. So I feel like that is some of the reasons that I know of that people do not speak up or leave situations as such. I think those are the reasons that I'm aware of.
I won't lie though.
Y'all are deceptive.
It's not our yeah, everybody. Everybody. If women want to be deceptive, they can be.
Oh, we can. Okay.
But the point is that men are deceptive.
The thing is, if you know that you're dating someone that's not a talker, the person does not talk, and then maybe let's say you're sensitive, so you know that okay, this guy's moves is shady, and then you're certain that he's shady. Do you get maybe from checking this thing when you don't know or something? She should just leave.
Like straight up, before even saying anything to him, right?
She should just leave because most guys don't like
being triggered
or confrontations.
Yeah. Most guys that don't talk have most guys have anger issues.
Yeah.
So when you know that this guy is this kind of person, instead of just making most girls want to cause a scene and be like, who is this girl? You what are you? What are you doing?
So are you saying let me
trigger.
Let me cut you short here. Are you saying that sometimes women are the ones that trigger men to act the way they act?
Most times, yes. Is that supposed to make it okay?
No,
it doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it okay. But if you're dating, I feel like if you're going to date someone, you should get to
know the person 100%.
Yeah. So when you know that if this happens, this is going to be this person's reaction. You should know the next step to take. You should know the next move to make. Do you get? So you know that if this guy finds that I went through his phone. Now I know that if I confront him like this,
I will still go through him.
He's going to
behave like that.
Yeah, you get. Why not just take a step back and just maybe we can be.
But the way you're giving me reasons to want to go through your phone, bro.
No, he's not saying you should not go through. He's saying when you go through your phone and you see, don't just come out like that.
This guy is cheating on you. Do you get? You don't
just
have to be. We know that this guy is. If you're face to face now, you know that this kind of thing happen. Just ghost him or leave, and then maybe from where you are and tell him.
Now text him and say this is what this that.
Do you get? So you won't give him the opportunity to react because most guys that are protective will want to be like, why did you go to my phone? Most guys.
And that's where the issues now come.
That's the invasion of privacy. Do you get? So that one now will be like the topic. You'll be like, they will forget about the fact
that they cheated. Yeah.
What they want to focus on is the fact that
you went through their phones.
So
over time, I was what's the word now? Because of the whole abuse thing, I started reading of articles and all of that, and I realized that there's this thin line between overprotectiveness and abuse. Ask me how.
How?
Exactly. So over time I've discovered that people that are naturally overprotective are like that because of there's this need or there's this lack, or maybe because they've been hurt so much. But there's this tendency to always want to mark where you're at, and if you keep, what's the word now? So this guy is always like, I want to know where you're at, this one, that one, and all of that, and you keep giving him reasons to, eventually that person that's overprotective is going to become a stalker.
Yeah, that's true.
So when you now want to please give me my space. I can't do your breath. You're like choking me. That person is gonna want to stalk you, and then eventually from stalking you, it just becomes there's this thing that people don't know. Our minds work in a very funny way.
Yeah.
If you are someone that overthinks, tendencies are like you're going to be having paranoia a lot. You're going to be like overthinking and all of that. When you begin to, I feel like when you get to that point where you have to stalk someone, you start messing with your mind, basically. You now see, I feel like you're going to want to hurt a lot of people around the person just to get to that person, and unintentionally hurt the person that you claim you love. That's why they always say that there's some type of love, and when it gets to a point where you can't even breathe, it's good to take a step back and then just make sure that the person doesn't even come anywhere close to you. So sometimes there's something that ladies do. I'm a lady and I do sometimes. When you see that this guy is all up in your space, all up in your matter, you're feeling very loved and all of that. But I think that it's good to know where to draw the line, even when somebody's being overbearing, so to speak, with love. So somebody, I think you're not.
No, continue. Let me finish.
So someone says he loves me, and then 24/7 he calls, he texts, where you at? No, I'm getting to the point. And then over time you realize that most times when the person you don't respond, the person has an attitude. I'll give you an example. I met somebody sometime early this year, and we had good conversations. And I was like, oh, this person is going to be,
nice,
perspective and all of that. And I noticed a particular pattern. So for every time you do not pick his call or you do not text back with the same energy that he expects you to text back, you're going to get a very long message of how I gave you my time, this one, that one, and all of that. So I feel like that's a red flag, to be very honest, because eventually when you get down into the relationship, you're going to have to always, so what if I cannot match that frequency? What happens?
Okay. Let me use myself now. Over time, I discovered that I didn't know before. I'm this I'm a lover boy. So ordinarily, me before, I want to call you steady, you get. But over time, I discovered that I don't even like calls like that.
Wow.
I really don't like calls. So most times even when I'm not busy, and then maybe I know I've spoken to you in the morning, that I don't see any force to speak in the night, in the afternoon. So maybe you could come by that time, and then I start feeling disturbed.
Wow.
So when you know that we can text.
Yeah, texting is very cool, 100%.
We can text, you get maybe just one of
check up,
yeah, that kind of thing. And then you see that the person is okay, then you move on to it. Maybe we can talk in the night. And you just have to be for long hours. I cannot talk for 3 hours. I don't know how most people cope with that. So I feel like you get so I didn't know ordinarily before I could do that, but
as it grows, you just
so when you know that you can't do this from the beginning.
Let them know.
I don't like girls. And the person know.
Straight up.
Do you get? So I just like I don't like. We can call. I'm not saying we should not communicate. Communication.
But then just like overdo it.
Yeah. Do you get? So that's basically what people need to know. If you know that most people don't like calls,
So
but
basically,
don't
like,
see
you know
it
the
because
temperament of the person that you're going to be with. Like, you know the person's pattern.
Yeah, because most times most people be like, okay, you know when a guy is trying to like meet a girl for the first time and then he's trying to like compromise himself to please the girl, till he gets the girl. Do you get? So instead of you people make that mistake and let's say the girl is a talker and you're not, and then
you now
for that,
bring out this
time, because you want to like you keep talking and then if when you ask her that she's like yes, maybe it's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
She's not like
you're dropping and she's not like
what's happening? You don't love me anymore.
I think like this is one of the issues that relationships have.
Yeah.
If you're not going to match a particular energy that you started with, don't start it.
Exactly.
Just like you always say, if you know that you're not the type that likes to spend and do the whole other zoo, one bottle for the don't start like that, because you're already putting a particular picture in the mind of the person you're trying to date. Personally, I would always say, I like my space. I'm not going to pretend that I want to be in your face every time. Nah. Because eventually it gets tiring. You cannot keep up and act forever.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you know you're not going to match particular energy, and I think that's one of the issues that people have in relationships now. The who they really are before they got into the relationship. It's not the who they are eventually. So just be real. Like if someone is gonna love you, the person is gonna love you regardless.
Yeah.
So
sometimes it's hard.
Then if the person doesn't love you like that, then you move on. There are a lot of people. That's the thing. Why do you have to kill
7 billion people in the world?
So what if you really want this girl and then you're compromised and you're doing a lot of things and you know that you cannot keep up, and then you're not dating the person and then the person expects that same thing from you? At that point, what do you do? Yeah, because you're like
no, see, the truth is when we're talking like this now, we can say the truth. It's easier said than done.
I know.
True.
And then girls these days, it's hard to please you guys.
Oh, bro, that's a lie. Disclaimer, that's a lie.
That's not true.
I'm very, I'm like,
that's
so.
the truth.
That's a lie.
That's the truth. It's hard
That's
to
a
please
lie.
you guys. So most times you just have to be like, let me just.
So you're saying that because it's hard to please guys, girls, you should put up a front?
I don't even
That's
think.
what most guys do, but it's wrong.
Before you continue, I don't think it has to be this guy. I think when you find your person.
I feel like girls are actually very readable.
No, wait. There's some girls that you cannot please actually.
No.
But then you find your own. When you want to look for girls that like
That's the
up
problem.
there. How would you please them?
See, that's the problem. See,
where?
I'm going to say something. That's the problem. Girls are actually readable. You just see some guys have the problem of
Y'all don't see.
their hand where their hand cannot reach. No offense. You're seeing that this guy is no.
Yeah.
You're seeing that
You guys
this
do.
girl
You guys
is
do.
high maintenance, goes straight of 250k, iPhone 13 Pro Max.
That's
Excuse
going to
you.
finance.
No.
That's going to finance.
It's all right.
That's all round though. That's
It's all
girls.
right, I'm coming. And then you're seeing that this girl naturally, you already seen that she lives a certain type of way. And then you know that on your
That is
own,
the way to please her.
you cannot meet up with that energy. Why in God's name would you go and then tomorrow you'll be like, is that to please people? But bro, you saw where she was and you went to meet her.
Excuse me, This where she
He wants to defend himself.
This where she was in. What of where we are?
See, that's why no, let's jokes. I don't know. There's something that someone I like to follow up when it comes to relationship and all says, date people that are within your social, financial, moral, and I don't know, all the right standards. You know where you are as a person. You know where you are socially, financially, and all of that. Date within that sphere. It's a lot easier, to be very honest. You know what your finances are like. You know what your social life is like. You know what your spiritual life is like. Don't go and,
That social thing self works here. Because I had one guy
for instance,
dated someone.
Some people, an example, sorry to say, there's people that naturally, they are people that like to be indoors. They are Netflix and chill people. And then you want to get somebody that every day they see the person Snapchat.
Club.
This one, that one. How exactly
You get tired, you burn out.
Because eventually you're either going to be forced to always go out, or you're going to bring someone that's already an outside person inside and board the person out. So I mean, every time I think it's good to just know, match the person you want to date. forget the finances are there to be very honest, because that's just when then you accept it or not, that's just high maintenance. To be very honest. And there are some guys too that they're already up there. You know that.
Yes, no, you can't just, you know.
Man, don't go embarrass myself for a father house.
Exactly.
So date within your, it's a lot easier. And I think all of these things.
Okay.
I can agree with you on standards part, but you made mention of someone that's an indoor person and dating someone that you want to see is
always going out at all.
Yeah. Most times those kind of people even sink more than when
you mean the opposites, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
See, that's the problem. I think I feel like, sorry, we're not realistic anymore these days. We're so filled up with the fantasy of opposite attracts and all of that. I can bet you 100% that a girl that spends Sunday to Sunday from one club to another, and then you that like to be inside your room, you're going to change the person's whole entire life pattern.
It doesn't have to be.
So do you have?
Can you cope with that? You can cope with that.
It doesn't have to be like that.
So would you be going out?
Because if you don't go out at night, that way she's like you're not making her happy.
That's the thing. Since you know that this person is like this and you really know you want to date this person, you have to like make, that's why you compromise.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. How long are you willing to compromise to the very end of the relationship?
I don't have to go with her every day to the club, but I'll go some days to the club.
So you're okay, like my point is that you're okay with her going out every day eventually, whether you're there or not.
Yeah.
And she cannot complain that you're not following her out.
As far as I know that I can trust her. There's good communication. There's no need for me to.
Okay, so I understand where you're coming from, but you need to know that everybody does not think the way you think. Do you know that?
I think
because if I'm being honest. There's some guys that literally expect that you're going to conform to some type of way when you guys start dating. They expect that, oh, you know, I'm already in Netflix and chill, guy, babe. I don't want to always be outside. And then you there is a girl. They expect that, okay, you come down. The same thing vice versa. I feel like these things eventually are the build-up of things that actually just cause a lot of
problems
in relationships. So guys, we've run out of time. We would hopefully continue this conversation subsequently. But before we drop the curtain on this particular chat, I'd like to say, you know yourself, you know what is a turn off or a turn on, you know what a deal breaker is for you. There's no need compromising whatever standards. I know sometimes they say, oh, your standards are too this, standards are too that. That's given, but you do know what you can actually not take. There's no point trying to test the waters or no. And then there's things that people do. You know that something is not working out for you, but because you want to know how long you can go for, or you don't put that to you, you're willing to, suffer. I don't know how you guys do it, but I think the long and tail of it is, if you know that something is not going to work for you, there's no need trying it out. If you know that someone does not match your energy, there's no need forcing the energy to match. If you know that whatever hand you start with in a relationship, you cannot continue with it, I beg of you in the name of God, don't start it. Because these are the problems of having relationships. A lot of pretense, fake life, people doing what they don't want to do because they don't want the other person to be upset. At the end of the day, not only you can't come this life. I don't know if people actually think about it, but God forbid if you die tomorrow because you endured an abusive relationship, you're going to answer for yourself. You're going to give an account for your own self. Yeah. So think about it when you are in your relationships. I don't know. Think about it. If you cannot continue, see, breakup has not killed anybody. Divorce myself has not killed anybody. Both parties will eventually move on. So please, I'm begging you, for the sake of your mental health, your physical health and everything, choose yourself. I know it sounds selfish, but choose yourself. So I come your next time, I mean fortune. Do not forget to share, like, subscribe, comment, turn on your post notification, because at DFET TV, stuff like this people pay for it too. But we're giving this to you for free. It's premium content and nothing. Bye guys.